Hello, YouTube. This is BUB'S Comics coming at you with a No Faces comic chat. And with me, as always, I have to my left, to your right, my left, I think, my straight ahead, to my straight ahead, you're just barely to ahead. Well, hell, let's do that. You're straight ahead. We've got Metarog, a.k.a. Metarog, otherwise known as Demdare Rogers. Say greetings, everyone, and special thanks to you, BUB'S Comics, for having me on as usual. There you go. Say that.
Greetings, everyone, and a very special thanks to Bub for putting up with me and all of and all my weird stuff. Thank you for having me here as usual.
I don't think that at all, and neither would the rest of the chat, because I can tell you for sure, I feel more sorry for other people that have to put up with you longer than an hour and 15 minutes. Like I try and keep it curt, but I know you anyway. But love to have you, faceless crew. Let's see who all the people we have. I didn't even get a notification. I forgot to turn on a notification for myself. So, all right. So we got the No Faces comic chat. Here we have Area 51's already in the house. Good to see you. We got Unruly Simeon giving away a little bit of the team name there with the Grapple Naples. We got Jackson Roy Kirk, Purple People Leaders maybe. We got From Heroes to Icon. We got Jambo Comics. First edition comics is saying hello, hello. Metarog's here. He's always trolling. Jackson Roy Kirk, if I've not mentioned him already. Bill over at Comic Mag Musings is in the house. We got, whoa, a bunch just piled in. I hate when it does that. It makes StreamYard go, woo! Here is Steve over at I Love Disney and Comics. All right. PSA. If anybody has Disney Plus and is thinking of watching the Artemis Fowl movie that just came out over the weekend to the Disney Plus streaming service, just go ahead and open your refrigerator, stick your head about ear deep into the doorway, and then shut it real fast. And that's about how it feels. It's numbing and painful all at the same time. That is a definite pass. Do not watch that movie. You will regret it. But since Steve's over there loving Disney, I thought I'd shout him out in the meantime. We got the Gray Man from across the pond. We got Gomez, a comic collector. Man, good to have you. I haven't seen you lurking in a while.
Yeah, great to see Gomez here.
Yeah,
one of my favorite guys from way back.
Yeah, way back. In the way back machine. Way back. We got Werewolf by Lunchtime. How is everybody? You get it? Because he's a werewolf.
That's a
How is everybody? Yeah, man. Good to have you. All right, what do we got? We got the immortal Biggie Shacks, Bubs the Buffalo. That's fine. I'm good with that. And my real name is Andrew, right? So you hear that? I used to be Andrew the Caribou. So Bubs the Buffalo, we can make that work. Silver Age Dave. Hey, everybody. I'm running and listening. That's good. I would also suggest running and looking. Listen and look, and you shall avoid some pitfalls in them there roads. We got James Gallegos in the house saying, Metarog, hello. Well, thanks. Good to see you too, James.
I said hello to him in the chat. I said hello to him in the chat. Right, okay. Don't be jealous. It becomes you.
I can't help it. We got Super. Oh, man. Wait, I was going to say Super Russ, and the chat jumped again. Man, that drives me crazy. All right. We lost Super Russ. We'll shout him out when we see him again. We got Comic Books NYC. Good old Cobby's in the house. Good to have you. There he is. Super Russ 9000 is in the house. I like that. Who drew that? Did Matilda draw that? I don't know. His little Demdare A Vader.
Yeah, I don't know who drew that. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. I don't know.
It's probably one of his female friends, just friends.
One of his many
that he collects.
Yeah.
It's probably he's the female friend collector. Russ, our female friend collector. Now let's see. We've got disco. Ah!
I love it when that happens. When somebody gives him a super chat or whatever.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a lot of fun over there.
Good to have JB in the house. Discovery Bay Comics. I think he took 12 or 13 shots the other night. He bested me. Of course, he started before me.
Was that the challenge?
Yeah, the 4-shot challenge. He did it 3 times in a row in one night.
Oh my! I could only take 1 shot and I'd be like out like a light.
Oh, that's a NyQuil.
Yeah, I can't drink NyQuil. I won't wake up in the morning. My wife is like, had to pour coffee on me.
Hey, that happened to me one time. So here's a quick story I'll tell. You all know how I feel about my obviously sainted wife. Right?
Obviously.
Yeah, she secured her wings years ago. So you guys know how much I adore her. Well, she's also rather clumsy, which is one of her more endearing qualities for sure. It's fun to watch. And sometimes everyone's at risk. So I'm put it like that. So one time she came to me this Saturday morning, and of course, she gets up and her tail's just wagging. Like she gets up in the morning and she's like she's super excited, ready to attack the day. And as you can imagine, I'm just laying there like a sack of potatoes growing roots. And so she's like, "Hey, you want coffee?" Which is the first thing she says in the morning, no matter whether she actually gets me coffee at that time or whether it's 30 or 40 minutes later. It's still the first thing I hear every morning is, "Hey, you want coffee?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And I was like, yeah, okay, I want coffee. And then she's like, "Well, get up." I'm like, "I'll get up when you bring the coffee." She's like, "Okay." And then she comes back with the coffee. She's like, "Here, do you want coffee?" And I'm like, "Yes." So I start rolling over and I got bathed in hot coffee.
Oh.
Now, the story goes she didn't do it on purpose, but that's her contention.
I believe her.
What happened was she set the coffee mug on the bed beside me, like on the bed. So she set it on the bed. And so when I started to roll over, of course, there's plenty of motion in that ocean, and the cup just went boo and poured all over the side of me. It was hot. Boy, I got up though. I was up.
Oh yeah, that works, right?
Yeah, all right, that's my little story. Oh man, the chat's jumping again. Golly gosh, oh gee. Okay. Biggie Shack, did we get him? We got him. He was the Biggie. Buffalo Rider. Yep.
We got
Jambo, we got Super Russ. Yeah. Good to have you. GD. I don't know that one. So hello everyone.
First time here. Welcome.
Welcome. We got the Comic Collector. Hey, what's up, man? He's from St. Louis, isn't he?
He's from St. Louis.
St. Louis. Oui, mon chéri, St. Louis.
Oui, from St. Louis.
And speaking of Silver Age Day says, in fairness, he's smelling a little bit too. So he's listening, he's looking, and he smells a little bit. Well, believe it.
I bet that's not that bad. Yeah. We also got Bad Dad in here. How you doing, Morris?
Yes, go ahead, Roger. Take over. I know it's killing you.
Yeah, it is, because you're like you digress, We got Scott in here. He's changed his name to Scott424. I gotta figure out what that 424 is about.
What's that about?
It's his area code. Maybe his area code, maybe. Yeah, something like that.
Oh. He's gonna have to move now. Thanks, Roger.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's his 3-digit code on the back of his credit card, everybody.
We have King John in here, John's Comics with Kids, and he says, and he's absolutely right. With the title for this week's episode, I can see it derailing quickly. It derailed pretty much before we even got on, John. It went off the track and down the embankment into the river and into the ocean already. I think you said, did you say JB was in it? Because JB, man, oh yeah, we talked about Disco.
Yeah, we had his up there for
Disco, yeah. Rob Boswell's in here. Rob Boswell, he did a video today. He got that comic room makeover, really looking really nice, Rob.
I can't see his. He disappeared. I see someone said, "Oh, there he is." Hey, look, everybody! He changed that stick in his mouth to the other side of his mouth just for us. See, you guys think that comics and YouTube, that we have no power to affect change, but somehow we were able to make the mirror universe happen, and Rob Boswell's stick went from one side of his mouth to the other. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Right. You're welcome.
Because you harangued him so badly.
Isn't that the stuff you put on top of pie?
Over these last few weeks. I'm surprised he's even deemed to come over here and grace us with his presence the way that you've
I don't
been intimating things about.
I don't
his
like
cigar.
harangue on my pie, Roger. I don't like harangue. It tastes funny. It tastes like nothing. It tastes like what I would assume spray insulation tastes like.
Oh,
and that's
boy.
yeah, I know. Well, he made it. I think he's just hanging out because I was supposed to be mailing him out some books. He's hoping I'll throw a tracking number up here in the chat.
Well, maybe you should. You should at least do that. And you see, Rob, Rob is a man of his word. It is exactly what he said it was.
Yes.
We got Seawater in here, my buddy Carson. We got broke because of comic. I was like, I lost. The same thing happened that happens to you. It just goes too fast.
Spit it out. Hey, look at this. Hey,
Gore Vidal is in.
Go ahead, Roger. Go ahead and shout it out.
You got money.
Go ahead.
Money.
Go ahead and take care of the show.
No, I'm not seeing a Norma, whatever that is. I'm not doing that.
That's the part you can't read.
I think everybody knows what that means. From way
Discovery
back.
Bay, $1.99.
I was in that chat when you put that in. All right, so I remember that.
Classic. If anybody does end of the year YouTube mashup, you have to include that clip. It was an instant classic, pure gold. Thanks to the smooth delivery and confusion of JB. Thank you, sir, for the $1.99. Yeah. It will go to nefarious causes, I assure you.
Oh, no doubt about it. Speaking of coffee, we got Samuel David in here, and his picture has a cup of coffee or chai tea or something right there. Really nice looking.
Espresso.
Oh, espresso. That's right. Right. Espresso. And I think, Bub, we have finally gotten through this fabulous chat. 34 people in here. Let's give them what they want today, Bub.
Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Now there's another one. He's another one hanging around waiting for a tracking number. He won my 1K contest.
That's right. Really well done.
So, and Steve's saying hello to Norma. I think that's his ex-girlfriend, Norma.
Yeah.
E Norma. Yep, that's his ex-girlfriend there.
Like E Nelson Bridwell.
Yep. Well, you see, they were whitewater rafting one day, and she fell out, and she floated all the way upstream. He couldn't catch her.
Oh, we just got House to the end in here. How you doing, House? Chat superstar. House is everywhere in everybody's chats. Such a great supporter of this community.
Man, that's one heck of a Batman. Look at that logo. I've never seen it blown up like that.
Yeah, that
all those Batmans on there.
Every iteration you can think. Who knows how, beyond the perimeter of what YouTube allows you, there's probably more out there. So very cool little avatar there.
Nice. And we got Bro Cuz of Comics says he got his books last week. Well, I didn't know because I didn't see an unboxing or a show. I mean, I'm just left to guess. That's all I'm saying.
Don't worry, Broke. Don't worry, Broke. He's always got to get the last word in anyway. So even if you did an unboxing, you probably put a last comment in there.
That's why we don't have this chat on your channel, Roger.
Oh no,
I'm afraid of the censor bots.
Yeah. No. Plus, you do. Oh, you did get this Roger thing going. I thought you couldn't get that happening today. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Plus, you're much better at setting up this technical stuff than I do. Mine doesn't work too well.
Yes, on occasion we do have tacticular difficulties, but for the most part we're able to.
Speak for yourself,
Oh, I mean, we work them out just fine. It's all.
I've never had those.
Our tacticular difficulties will all be worked out in good time.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, nice handle.
All right. All right. No third tonight. Right. Comic says, well, do you want to address this, Roger, or shall I?
Well, I was supposed to find a guest, but I've had a week where I was very busy. I do some volunteer work and I have businesses on the side and things like that, and everything kind of collapsed on me at one time. So I neglected to book a guest. So it is my fault, I guess, that we don't have. But again, I have an excuse, and it's not an excuse because the excuses are like everything else. Everybody's got one, right? Like I won't say the analogy there, but so it's on me. But I will try to come up with one for next Monday.
Oh, look at that. Way to go, Roger. Area 51 says.
Thank you.
I don't know that he's being sincere.
Oh, I think he is. I think he is. I absolutely think he is.
Well, there you go.
I have 2 or 3 people in mind, and I will get back to you probably by the weekend.
Well, if you're one of the 2 or 3 people fortunate enough to be in Roger's mind, enjoy the space. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get rolling here. What is our now? See, this is something I've neglected to do. I messed up. I don't have our big card thing that I put there to cheat off of. So you're just gonna have to deal with it, Roger. Do you remember the name of our chat tonight? What's our team name?
I sure do remember, because it like John said, I knew this was gonna go downhill faster than a bowling ball in a snowstorm. The Purple Nurples. Yeah. I had to say it various times so I wouldn't be laughing or guffawing as it came out.
That's great. So. Well, thank you for that. I'm sure everyone appreciates that. The Purple Nurples, as Purple they say, as Roger says.
Nurples.
Oh, man. Yeah, I messed up. I didn't get it right. Well, thank you all for joining us, and we'll catch you next time on the No Faces Comic Chat. So, why are we the Purple Nurples? Well, do you recall our topic even for this evening, Roger? Look, see, I'm giving you all these redeeming chances here.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we had a little chat on IG, and I think it was DS that put two books together.
Yep.
Tigra and I don't remember the other one. And Zebra? No, it wasn't
Zebra. Tegra and Tigra.
Was it Tegra? Oh, Tegra and Tigra. Okay, gotcha. So and then Bub said, that's a good topic. Like really terrible names for characters.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, I'm all for it, because I got plenty of them. Plenty. I have
if you've got them, because I don't have that many in my actual collection. So I have several that I want to mention, but in order to show off books, I don't have that many. So in light of that, if you've already got some ready, where's the little button? All right, if you've already got some ready,
I got some ready. Now some are the name itself is just off-putting. Some to me it's just like bland, or it's like non-descriptive, So I have both types, right?
Okay. All right. Let me push the button here. All right. So here's what I'm going to start with. I've got go ahead, Roger.
You have the Purple Man there. You're dying to put the Purple Man there.
All right, fine. I'll do the Purple Man. All right. Here's
Purple Man.
Here's Purple Man, which I think the problem that I have with Purple Man is that when you base him down to his most basic characteristics, that's the fact that he's purple has nothing to do with his powers. So he's just purple, and that's not really fair. So to have the name the Purple Man just doesn't work. Now, what's interesting to me too is that later on, the name is bad when they move away from the name, right? Let's get away from that. So when he was the star villain of the Jessica Jones series on Netflix in the first season, they went with was it Kilgraven or
Kilgrave?
Kilgrave. Yeah. So they went with Kilgrave for that, and they never ever mention Purple Man. Like, he's not Purple Man, he's Kilgrave, and that's it. Which of course is his name, so that works. So I think that's interesting. And the next one, instead of going with first of all, and I love this character, Roger. I'm a huge fan of Werewolf by Night.
Yep.
Great stuff.
Yep.
So how would Daredevil know he's purple?
just because somebody said it, because he can't see it.
Oh, love it. I never thought of that. All right, good stuff. Very true. He's blind. So I think that when it comes to Werewolf by Night, right? First of all, the Werewolf by Night, that's terrible already. I mean, that makes a good title of a story, but who is that? That's Werewolf by Night. That's terrible. And then later on in his development, he has power over that, so he doesn't automatically change.
It doesn't work later.
Yeah. So it's just terrible. And then to add insult to injury, as if they never expected this to take off as a character, they go with Jack Russell, like a dog. Like
it's a canine at least, but
it's just terrible. I think that one is a great example of one of the worst superhero names or character names, and one of the worst, alter egos that they've ever combined into one poor unfortunate character. Just terrible.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. That Jack Russell, I was like, hey, my neighbor has a terrier that's a Jack Russell Terrier, and that's when it kind of clicked to me. Oh, well, they're both canines. They think they're being clever, but they're just being silly.
Yeah.
But, that's just the way it was back in the Bronze Age. But
Unruly wants to know if the opposite of Kilgrave is Live Crib. I think that could be true.
Live Crib. That's his arch nemesis.
I think that's right.
It's Live Crib. Cradle to the Grave. That's pretty clever. Pretty clever. Stuff. Now, some people have said some that I thought of myself, but I didn't have the comics for him. Like Arm Fall Off Boy. He was a Legion applicant. Yeah, his name was Arm Fall Off Boy, and all he could do is his arm. He could actually take off his arm and use it to club somebody with it. It was hilarious. But I know I have him in a comic, but I don't recall exactly what it was. But that was the most ridiculous character I've ever seen. And somebody else said another one, which I thought of as well.
Yeah,
Man Fly. No.
Yeah, Marvel Shack saying Man Bat. That's it is they could have done better.
We'll put it at least better. Like I mean, it's not good, but I wouldn't say it's like the worst,
No, but he said silly, and I would agree.
Oh yeah, no, it's silly. It's silly.
It's not terrible, but it is silly.
It is silly, yeah. Here's a good one. Pope, how you doing, Pope? Paste Pot Pete. That is a good one. That is incredibly silly. That's why, again, and you said this, when they changed the name later on, it's bad. He became the Trickster. So I have him in the Ghost Rider. But
the Trickster? I didn't know that's the origin of the Trickster.
No, Trapster. I'm sorry, Trapster.
Oh, the Trapster.
Trapster, yeah. Trapster.
Is that anything like a Trap Star, or how's that work?
He just had a bunch of, instead of just paste, he had a bunch of different traps and stuff. Yeah, in fact, I thought of Infectious Lass as well, and I do have her somewhere in here. But I wanted to talk about, if you think that is bad, right?
Hold on, Roger. I'm getting a message from the Beyond from another source, not on YouTube, that's saying that I have neglected that because JB sent us a super chat that I have to show Wonder Woman. Apparently, is this something did we say that we were going to do that? I didn't know that was a thing.
I don't recall. Maybe we did.
Apparently, this is what we're supposed to do anytime somebody sends a super chat. That's the flack I'm getting on Instagram. So, all right,
I'll just go with it. Just go with it, then. Just go with it.
Super chat.
Yeah, JB, thanks, buddy. All right, so again, and you think they're being clever, and sometimes it's just silly to the nth degree, right? All right, so in the Legion, now Legion has a lot of silly characters. Okay, really, honestly, I could go through like half the roster, right? But there are some which are just beyond silly, right? So there's a Legionnaire. His name is, guess what his name is? Matter Eater Lad. Matter. Okay, say that 10 times fast.
I don't want to say it once.
Okay, so what's his power? He can eat anything. Okay, that power got him into the Legion. Yeah, I mean that must have been.
I'm pretty close. I should submit my resume right now.
I tell you. All right, and what planet does he come from? Does anybody know what planet Matter Eater Lad comes from?
Matter planet?
No, it comes from the planet Bismol, as in Pepto Bismol.
Oh, that's cheating. Oh man, Rob. All right.
Oh, Rob got
Rob
you
Boswell,
got to shape. There you go. There you go. You got to shout him out.
69 super chat, which is actually, you got to say it. Rob Boswell gave us 169.
169.
So that's how we're supposed to say it. Yep, I've been told that as well.
Yeah.
Everyone's telling me what I'm supposed to be doing, which is thankful. You know, we've not been doing this for very long. Thank you, Rob Boswell, for your super duper chat, and thank you for your 169. We appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, good. Yeah, no, not from Uranus. Hey, Bad Avengers in here. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Bad Avenger, welcome.
Haven't seen him in a while. So yeah, I mean, so again, you know, I and there are others like this one here. This one here is she's also from the planet Bismol. Okay, and what's her name? Calorie Queen.
Stop it.
Okay, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Okay.
Hulk took a dive. He lost his shirt. Oh man. Poor Hulk. Man. Hulk fell right off the edge. He just
Hulk just couldn't take it anymore. He can't take those Bismolians anymore.
Oh, I don't blame him. Look, he can't even put his shirt back on. You're welcome, ladies.
Oh,
all right. Go ahead, Roger. What else?
Right. So
does she appear in more than one episode? Or more than one?
No, I think she's a one off. I think she's a one off. Yeah, she's a one off. Now here's one which is kind of like what I was telling you. It's not that it's silly or bad. It just doesn't do anything for me. Robin.
What?
Robin. You got Batman and you got Robin. I mean, Robin is a bird. It doesn't have really do much. It's just it builds nests. And, yeah, it's just kind of there.
I don't know. I like that. It's a bird.
It's a bird, but you know, you don't see somebody named Goose or Crane or you know. And another and what happened? They changed his name because people complained, you know. And now he's Nightwing, which, you know, I have to admit, is a much better name than Robin.
Yes, most certainly a better name.
Robin with red. He's got a red, you know, tunic there, or vest, whatever that is. So that like a Red Robin. I got it. So again, it's not terrible per se. It's just like bleh. It's just there, you know. So anyway,
wow.
Maybe you don't agree with me.
I don't know. You're getting a bunch of hate on the Robin.
Yeah, all right. I figured I would. To me, it just didn't do it. Batman is just so cool, and then you got Robin.
Yeah.
I mean, when you put them side by side, you know, forget it.
Hey, check out Hulk's. This one's for the ladies.
Oh, look at that! Nice one. Very nice one. Very nice one.
Don't ever say we're not equal opportunity offenders.
The last Legion guy, because again, I could go unless you have somebody.
No, I got nobody. I'm spent.
Right.
Well, not actual books.
All right, now you know who I'm talking about on this cover, right?
Would that be Bouncy Boy?
Bouncing Boy, yeah.
Oh gosh,
Bouncing Boy. You know, I mean, come on. I mean, again, he did make it. Yeah, I think Scott was said that, you know, yeah, they rejected a bunch of people and that they took Matter Eater Lad. They took Bouncing Boy too, although later on he became like the mentor of the Substitute Legion of Superheroes. But yeah, Bouncing Boy, and you know, and then you have over here Laurel Kent. I'm sorry about the sunlight. Laurel Kent. That was her name, Laurel Kent. You know, blah, you know, not very descriptive. You know, it's like give me something better than that. You know, but I've got some doozies here. Bub. Doozies. All right, now.
Hey, that's Mr. Fantastic. He was on my list actually.
Nope, that's not Mr. Fantastic.
That's not?
Nope, that
Who is that?
That is FATMAN.
Oh, stop it.
I am not. I can't make this up.
I don't believe you, Roger.
I'm not that clever. Okay, that is FATMAN. This whole team was kind of a joke team made by John Byrne. Okay, but let's go through the team so we can see what. Okay, well, this guy back here who's like looks kind of like a symbiote.
Yeah, for sure.
His name is Doorman.
Doorman?
Like a doorman? You know, like when you go into a fancy hotel, you know, that guy who opens the door. You know? Doorman.
Terrible.
What is his power? Well, he can put himself in a building that doesn't, so that in a wall, so you can walk through him into the next room. That's his power. Yeah. All right.
I mean, the big F on his chest, and it's not even like that's a smart DC parody. Like that's Marvel on Marvel right there.
Marvel on Marvel, yeah. I mean, he has similar powers, I guess, but he can't really. He's just lays flat. He doesn't really like stretch out in any other form. This lady here, and again, this is back in 1988. Okay, so this is majorly politically incorrect, right? Because obviously she's severely obese. But what did they call her? Big Bertha.
Big Bertha.
Big Bertha.
Wait, I thought that was like a warrior type woman.
No. Are you talking about Big Barda?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's from the New Gods forever. Those people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
my mistake.
Yeah. And then we have Dinosaur.
Oh, stop it.
I'm not kidding you.
Look, at least they put all these crappy characters in one book. That way you didn't have to spread your 35 cents around to collect them all.
Well, it was 75 cents. But yeah, that's right.
Well, you got
Mr. Immortus. He's Mr. Immortal, I think it is, which is, I guess, okay. But, so, yeah, I mean, again, the Great Lakes Avengers, I think later on, I mean, I think fairly recently they've been revamped or whatever, but they were dead for like decades. I'm not dead, but not used.
Wow.
So yeah. Let's see what the chat says here. Etta Candy, yeah, that's the Wonder Woman's kind of sidekick. Puck.
Big Barda good, Big Bertha bad.
Big Barda good, Big Barda bad. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Right. I got a couple other doozies here, right?
All right, hold on. Let's switch over because I want to talk about Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Wait, can you see him? Look out of the way, Hulk.
Yeah, get out of there. Please. Get out of there, Mr. Fix-It.
All right.
What is that? What is that? A shillelagh? What has he got there in his hand?
I don't know. Are we allowed to say that on TV?
Is that like a big foot?
I don't know. It might be an I shillelagh. If it's a U shillelagh, you got to play it. Ding, 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 ding. I believe it's one of them there iron pipes. You want me to get a close up? Can you see his pipe? You see it?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I see it.
He's
okay.
like crushing. He's like crushing a big
I got
pipe.
it. Like crushing a pipe or a telephone pole or something. Yeah.
All right. I think we got it.
Post. Yeah. Cool.
All right. Yeah. The Fantastic Fur. Okay. First of all, you had the Invisible Girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who really remained a girl for what, years, right? Like decades.
Yeah.
Until they allowed her to be a woman. Even though she had kids before they let her be anything but an invisible girl, right?
Yep. Yeah, I want to say it was at least like the early 80s, I think, or maybe late 70s, but yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Then you double down on the Human Torch because we already had a Human Torch and he looks exactly the same, but they're not. They have no relation to each other.
Well, the first one wasn't even human.
Right. So you're recycling is my point for that one. Didn't even bother to give him a real name.
True.
And you had Mr. Fantastic. What? Who? Like, what was the point of that? There's absolutely no point of being Mr. Fantastic. Has nothing to do with any of his powers. And, well, I guess it could.
Well, I mean, it's it's a little bit. It's one of those names where there's a lot of hubris behind it, obviously, but yeah, you're right. It doesn't really, it's not descriptive of what he can do. That's true.
Yep. And then you got the Thing, which again, you couldn't be more. It's like you didn't even try to give these characters proper names. The best one you had was the Human Torch, and that one is a remake. So not impressed with the Fantastic Four's names. And then of course you got Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Reed Richards, and Ben Grimm.
Ben Grimm.
I feel like their regular names are better than their superhero names. Like those, at least he didn't do the other than Sue Storm. It wasn't heavy into the Marvel alliteration as they got, further down the line.
Storm, Reed Richards. Yeah, at least Ben Grimm was off. Yeah, you're right. But man,
look, we're gonna get in trouble here. You're picking on Robin. I'm bringing down the Fantastic Four. Look at this.
I was gonna talk about, and I think Tim is also bringing up the Thing and Hulk, and I have a third one here that I was going to talk about because it just seems like it's something like, well, we have these characters around them. We need something for him. Let's just say, what does he look like? He looks like a thing. What does this guy look like? He looks kind of like a Hulk, like a hulking being, But they didn't have much more, creative thought than that, So I was going to talk about the Thing because the other ones don't bother me as much as they do you, but yeah, the Thing and the Hulk are kind of like weak in my opinion.
You guys hate kittens too. We love kittens. Oh man.
Okay, yeah, that's good stuff though. This is good stuff, and it's all in good fun, really, because these obviously are characters that have, at least the Fantastic Four have, surpassed all expectations from when they were created in 1961. And we're still talking about them 50 some years later.
Yeah, that's true.
Later almost.
That's true. If they're even making a list of, well, that's not true because some of your Great Lake Avengers or whatever, the West Coast Lake Avengers, anything other than the straight up Avengers is usually pretty terrible. So, and you still own that book. Somehow you've managed to keep that, even though every year it drops a little bit further below cover price, which is probably what you paid for it. Everyone always, here's the thing. People are always saying stuff like, oh, I wish I had all the books that I had when my whole life, right? I wish I had every book that I collected. And I'm always saying, you know what? You say that, but, people like Roger's got a lot of 75-cent books you can buy now for $0.25. So maybe it balances out,
Yeah, it sure does. Yeah. I think that one particular one's worth a bit more because there was some speculation sometime back about the Great Lakes Avengers or something.
And now
probably worth like a couple bucks, But yeah, most of them, you can get them really cheap. Especially West Coast Avengers. Not a whole lot going on in that series.
Yeah.
Kite Man, that's a good one.
We just love kittens.
Yeah, backpedaling. Yeah, we listen. We forward pedal, we back pedal, we pedal.
Squirrel Girl. They even gave her buck teeth too.
Yeah, Squirrel Girl. That's I have that Marvel Superheroes that she's in.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's not a good one either. I mean, but I don't know. I don't think it's bad, but I don't want to pick on the low-hanging fruit. You know what I mean? I wanted to kind of dig up a few more obscure stuff,
Look, Rob's picking on you now.
Rob, okay, that's all right. 75-cent books. My goodness, how old are you, Roger? Very nice, Rob. Listen, put you and Bub together, and you almost got me. All right.
I don't think that's true.
Well, okay.
Rob's got a lot of miles. He may not have the years, but he's got the miles.
He's got a lot of miles. Well, I don't have a lot of miles, but I got the years. You know what I mean? So
he keeps chewing on that pepperoni log too. I'm worried about him. I don't know what that thing is.
Pepperoni log. Yeah. Oh, Gray Man's got a few. Killer Quilt. Is it Killer Quilt? I thought it was Crazy Quilt. Is it Crazy Quilt, Gray, that I'm thinking about? The Batman villain? And Condiment King. Yeah, that's a good one.
Did he actually squirt mustard and ketchup at people? Was that his job?
I don't think I've ever actually read a story with the Condiment King, so I can't tell you exactly what he does or doesn't do.
My first retail books. What's the first retail book you remember picking up? The price of the first retail book you remember picking up?
20 cents.
20 cents?
Yeah, 20 cents.
I want to say mine were $1.25.
So that's what, early 90s?
Yeah, because I remember that comic cards you could get, they used to be 25 cents. And then I remember when they went up to 50 cents and I could get two for $1. And then I remember when they went up to 75 cents, and that's when I started bowing out and started looking. That's when I started becoming a discount collector. So I didn't want to pay that much. And then I remember comics were about $1.25 because I remember if I had $1, I couldn't get comics. And if I had, if all I had was $1, I could go, and this is, we're growing up in a big city counts. I could walk around outside and come up with the tax money, which at that time in New York City was probably like 5 cents or 6 cents, which is what it is now in Kentucky. But, but 30 years ago, it wasn't that much.
Yeah, I definitely remember walking into, like I said, my brother used to take me to 7-Eleven, right? But I remember one time I went with for some other reason, I don't recall, and I had $1 with me. And so I went through the spinner rack and I got 5 comics. And that's when I found out that you needed tax, which I think at that time was 4 cents. But I guess I put this pouty, I'm about to cry face, and he just said, don't worry about it. So I got 5 comics for $1 in 1973. I do recall that. But I think that was only 1 or 2 times after that they went to 25 cents in 1974. So
wow. I would guess that you probably put that pouty face on a lot while you're here, but we can't see it.
Oh, all the time. Yeah. Pretty much every time, that something's not going my way over here. That's just the way I am. I pout, okay. You see, Chunky Monkey. See, Chunky Monkey is also had the got 20 centers. So he's as vintage as I am.
Bad Avenger too. He's a 20 center.
Bad Avenger is probably just, I think, about a little bit older than I am, but not much. But Rob, you see Rob's 60 center. What's that? 1982, 80.
I'm counting new books. Like I know that some of my earlier books cost less, but they were from the back issue bins. I'm talking about new books. Like
that's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're talking about new books. Yeah.
I mean, Area 51 saying 10 cents, but those might be 10 Canadian cents.
No, you did not get 10 centers. No,
that's what he's saying.
No. That would make him in the very early 60s or late 50s. I don't think so, that you bought one back then.
Well, he's retiring this year.
Yeah, 64. They were 12 cents, Mike. They were 12 cents in 1964. Maybe there were a couple that were 10 cents.
I take you at your word, buddy. Look, Jambo Comics kind of 15. Now he's full of crap, is what he is.
15 cents. So we're talking late 60s, very early 70s.
He's not that old. I think people are counting books that they pulled off out of the back issues.
Well, maybe he went, he was very young. Maybe they took him when he was, 3, 4 or something.
That's true.
It's possible. It's possible. All right.
How did you manage to derail us in this conversation, Roger?
I did not. I didn't do this.
You've done it.
I did not. I'm innocent. Well, at least for this.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. All right. I got a couple more. No nickel comics. No nickel comics. There were very few comics in the 40s that were nickel comics. All right. This guy here. You're going to love this guy here, Bub.
I love him already.
What do you think his name is? Notice the big H, right?
I think he's lucky.
Because he's by Dagger.
Yeah. Is it high-low?
No.
Hemorrhoid boy.
Let's see if there's any New Warriors fans in here.
Man, where's who's a big New Warriors fan? Oh,
Kenny, Century Stir Fry.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. There are nickel comics, but there are very few of them in the Golden Age. Very few of them. There was one called Nickel Comics, but there are very few of them. Yep. Okay. Gray Man got it. It's actually Hindsight Lad, I believe.
For that, see, I see the L on the edge of it there.
Yeah. You know what those things are on his helmet?
I don't know. Can I see his right ear a little closer? The other right, Roger. His right. That's our right. There you go.
That's what you want to see, you
Whoa.
Those are rear view mirrors like he got off of a motorcycle.
No.
Yeah. So his name is Hindsight, but he doesn't have any superpowers. He's just like a computer genius,
That's terrible.
Terrible costume, terrible character, terrible name. Everything is terrible about that guy. Okay.
That cover has a couple of good parts.
Yeah, of course. All right. How about this guy?
Oh gosh, I can't. The man brute, no less. The man brute called Wood God.
Wood God.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's
Oh,
right. He's a satyr. Man.
God.
He's a satyr, and his name is Wood God. Yeah, I mean that's pretty bad, man. I mean
That's terrible.
Bad. That's pretty bad. I don't think we need to go into any more explanation than that. This is the one I was telling you about. That it's like in that same vein of the Hulk and Thing. Heap, the Heap.
I like the Heap.
The Heap. I like the character, but the name is like a heap of what? A heap of moss, a heap of garbage. What? Garbage heap? What?
A heap of wood and moss.
So again, it's not terrible, I will say, but just like kind of like the Hulk and the Thing, it's just not really great. It's just sort of there, just sort of exists. Here's another one.
Wood guy looking aggressively relaxing. Shame on you, aggressively.
What's he saying?
Was his nickname in high school. You should wear looser gym shorts. If people are naming you that.
Notice it's lowercase w and big case G. I don't know about that. I think it should be the other way around there. Wood God seems like he would be Man-Thing's arch enemy. Well, yeah, but no. Oh, I'm getting these guys. Okay, all right. Let's keep going because these guys are just going down the drain fast here.
To infinity and beyond.
And here's another one. Orb, the uncanny orb. Okay, and what does he look like?
Looks like an eye.
A big eyeball. Yeah, a big eyeball. I don't know.
That's no good.
To me, it just doesn't do it for me. It's like silly costume. Well, it's really just kind of like a riding suit, right? With a big eyeball, and just doesn't do it for me.
And what exactly is uncanny about him?
What's uncanny about him is that he is ridiculous looking, essentially.
Yes.
He has like a beam that projects out of the eye. Yeah, he's not uncanny as like the X-Men exactly, but that's the opinion of the writer. Okay, here's one. This one I don't know what you think about this, Bob. You let me know, right?
Son of Satan.
Son of Satan, right?
Yeah, I never cared for it.
Okay, and the reason I think is like it's weird is that he is heroic,
Right.
Notice they emphasize the Satan here. It's like, when I first got this, I thought, hey, this is one of those supervillain books, and it looked like he was accosting this lady and running over these guys. The police guy, his gun is no, but so it's like it was just weird to me. Damien Hellstrom, I think, is a better.
Even then, Hellstrom, really? I mean, it was already there. You could have just Hellstrom.
Yeah, I mean, you could have called him Lucifer, I suppose, but then that's again another euphemism for Satan. But it doesn't work for me for the heroic character, So I guess that's the long and the short of it for me. So it's not that it's silly. It's just that it doesn't fit to me well for a hero. I guess that's the best way I can explain it.
I'm with you.
Better than Satan Jr., says Green Man. My mom called me that all the time, Scott.
Messed up, isn't it?
You're the son of Satan.
The son of Satan.
I don't think you were that bad, Scott. I don't buy that for a minute.
Yeah, maybe his dad was, though. Maybe that's the point.
Well, you're thinking a little bit out of the box. Here's one politically incorrect stuff. Is that for sure? There's the Big Bertha thing.
Oh, I remember that one.
You remember that?
Stupid. That guy falls into the grab bag of stupid powers show, maybe more than because at least his name signifies how stupid he is.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was made to be, you know, very whimsical and klutzy and all that, and kind of like
he turned into a flying saucer. It was
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, and not like and the thing about him though is that he wasn't supposed to be chosen for that. He just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And sometimes he was so he was so heavy that he couldn't even lift off, you know. So there was all those kind of, you know, fat jokes and obesity kind of playing fun at it and all this. Today, you know, we know obviously that there's big issues with, you know, heart disease and et cetera, et cetera. So very silly character. And you have this guy here, Tin Man, you know, so on and so forth. All his sort of supporting characters were the, you know, just shoots, offshoots, or, you know, send-offs, things like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not again, it's just that today this would be just, it wouldn't fly. I mean, no pun intended, because sometimes he couldn't fly. But Fat Man, you know, it only went 3 issues. I'm sure somebody at some point just said, "Hey, listen, that's going to get us in trouble eventually. So let's cut that out," you know. So,
and I agree. And I'm saying, you know, copyright reasons, you know, like, but Dracula was still Dracula. I mean, but I guess werewolf.
Well, Dracula was probably in public domain, or they got some kind of permission from the estate or whatever, you know. Let's see. Oh, I think Roger loves human fly. These guys with the human fly jokes now. I mean,
I didn't start that, Roger.
No, I didn't say you did. That was my fault. You know, maybe I was a little too fervent in my opinion there. But yeah, I mean, I get it on IG and the whole bit. You know, I just get it. You know.
Do they tease you on IG too?
Oh yeah, I get it. I get it everywhere.
Oh man,
there was the charm of older comics. These days are way too serious. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's why I like the older ones, because you get all these kinds of really odd and silly and just off the wall kind of situations and characters that you don't see nowadays. Everything now is, not everything, but mostly darker and serious and politically correct, which is fine.
Look who's here. Scoon old buddy's here.
Howdy,
everyone. No clue what we're talking about, but instantly happy to see the human flying saucer. Yeah, the fat human fly, I think they say even. Look, I'm glad you're here, Scoon. I was actually going to invite Scoon on for this episode because I know that he likes to make fun of comics and names and how silly, especially the whole like Monsters Dwell run where they kind of reprint all the Golden Age, you know, just nothing but vowel sounds like
and Hurf.
Yes.
And Zondu.
Classic, terrible names from that era. And I thought he'd be great on this show tonight. I was going to invite you, Scoon, old buddy, but Roger had the helm tonight for booking the guests. And last time I tried to get Scoon on the show, he told me I had to fill out a form in triplicate and send it to his private secretary, to which he wouldn't give me the number. So, you know, I don't know what else to say. I tried to get him on, but he requires way more notice than we're capable of giving at this time. But we love you, buddy. We'll have you on.
Yeah. I might be hitting you up on IG this week, Scoon. Somebody said human fly eating saucer. Yeah.
Oh,
very clever. Very clever, Scott. Very clever. Here's one. Here's one that I was going to talk about. Now, this is not really the iteration that I'm talking about, but he's called the Meteor Man here. But I don't think I have the Spider-Man comics where he had appeared, and he's called the Looter. Okay? The Looter, right? Not the burglar, not the breaking and entering, the Looter, right? And how does he get away from his from his?
Does he steal cars?
No, he does not steal cars. You see this backpack he has here?
Yeah.
He pulls it, and a big balloon comes out, and he floats away.
Oh my!
Into the sky, floats away into the sky. Yeah, really silly villain.
Wow. See, but I kind of like that. So I know that we create, for every Batman creating a Joker, right? Is the idea. But I like the idea for the street level villain, for the street level heroes, like Spider-Man was, to me what Spider-Man should be.
Mm-hmm.
For Daredevil and Spider-Man and even Batman to some degree. But the street level heroes, I like them fighting silly, campy, bad guys who come up with a gimmick and try and make it big and don't get it past their first robbery. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I think that's great because I think that it would do that. I think if you had a Spider-Man running around, if you had street level heroes all the time, then you would have these silly, gimmicky bad guys, coming up with these crazy schemes. And if nothing else, they would get attention, So I kind of like that idea. But, doesn't hold for all.
I do too. But when they're recurring, like this guy, he can't, he's showed up a few times. You would think, hey, listen, I got caught by Spider-Man. I got nothing. I'm not that smart. I got no powers that really put me in a place where I can make mistakes, or I can get away from him. I float up. I mean, Spider-Man, he's floating. Spider-Man just gets him with the webbing, and that's it.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, that's one of your favorites, isn't it? Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man. Wasn't he?
Oh
yeah. Metal Men.
No. Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol. That's right.
Yeah. Or is it?
He had like a leg that was made of a celery stalk, didn't he?
Yeah. One. He had appendages. One was like like kind of like Diamond Charge or something. He had one which was exactly like a stalk of broccoli or something.
Looked like he just stepped out of a Bloody Mary.
That I should have brought. Who said that? Gray Man. You're absolutely right. I have him here too somewhere.
If Gray Man has been holding to his previous, it's probably the wrong name somehow, because he's been transposing or leaving or renaming some of these characters.
But he's right.
Gray Man. Who knows what number beer he's on tonight?
Yeah, that is a good one though. I should have thought of that one and I did not. That is a really good one. It's descriptive at least because he could turn into any form of those three things. But it's pretty silly.
Yeah,
absolutely. And somebody else said somebody above here.
See this one's tough because although I don't like the name, it does describe the weak abilities that she has. Mm-hmm. She really is nothing more than a party popper level, danger. So
I
don't know.
I agree. I mean, I kind of put her in the same realm as like Boom Boom, where she has those little timed explosions, but they, at least at the beginning, she couldn't make them really powerful. Maybe now she can, but so I agree. It's not the best, but I wouldn't say it's like terrible, Now, Mike said up here, Absorbing Man. I happen to like that name.
I like that one, and it was his real power. Where did Mike say that? Let's shout him out. Boom, Absorbing Man. We say no to that one.
I like
our ground firm on Absorbing Man.
Yeah, I like that one.
Nope.
Yeah, I like that one.
We like that one. That's a winner.
Here's one. This is a kind of a minor villain, but Half Face.
Thanks, Chunky. What's his name?
Half Face. Now, like
half his face.
Half his face. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, so we know Two-Face, right?
Yeah, we're aware of him.
So this is a quarter of that. This is a half face, but it's only like his lower jaw or something that's missing.
So it's not the front half.
No, it's just a terrible name. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me.
It's not even intriguing because remember, this is back in the time. A lot of the ones we're showing back in the time when the cover had something to do, hopefully, with the interior, and it was meant to advertise to you and bring you in and lure you in,
Yeah.
And I have to find out everything there is to know about Half Face. Nah, I'm not digging it.
No, yeah, you're right. Hey, Cardstock, how you doing? Good to see you here. I agree. It's one of those. It's just why you could have done almost anything would have been better than Half Face.
Yeah.
But anyway, So here's another couple that I have, and again, these are, I guess, meant to be taken in a.
I like Frogman.
What you like, Frogman? It's okay, but
I thought you liked.
I don't know why. Frog. What does a frog, except for leaping? What does a frog really have to offer?
He's got a big mouth, so he can probably bite things. He's got an extendable tongue. He's got great jumping ability, so probably strong legs to go with that, right? I think he could be a formidable. Let me tell you something. You're walking down the street and you come across a 6'2" frog standing on his hind two legs.
Mm-hmm.
I think you think twice about asking him for spare change. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I have another. You see, to me, frogs are these little things that I find outside after it rains, and all they do is jump away from you.
Those are toads, Roger.
No, not toads. Toads are much bigger. No, frogs, these little bitty things that are just jumping. That are just, believe me, my dog chases them all over the place. But anyway,
almost time to park your dog.
Hmm. Oh,
what?
So what about the white rabbit? White rabbit.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. It's not terrible.
She's got like this Alice in Wonderland thing going on.
Definitely.
Kinda, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. I mean, rabbit. I mean, what is it? Does she run? I mean, what? I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me.
Maybe she hops.
Maybe. I mean, she's got.
Well, you've got the book. Does she hop or not?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think there's any hopping or any running by her. I think it's I haven't read this in several years. I mean, she's got a nice bow tie and she's got a pocket watch, and she's got an umbrella that's smoking, so it's like maybe like a penguin ripoff. I don't know.
Jackson Roy Kirk's down to clown. He's not worried about it.
You'd fight her. Okay. All right.
He'd fight her.
All right. You'd fight her. Okay. That's fine and dandy. But anyway.
I'm sorry. I have to apologize. Jackson Roy Kirk was blocking it.
Oh boy. Oh, there we go.
There she is. She would have been a good white rabbit. She already had the Baywatch rundown, and she could run and bounce at the same time.
Now you see Silver Sable. I think that's pretty cool.
What's a sable anyway?
A sable is it's kind of like, I think, like a mink. That they're pretty ferocious from what I recall. I mean that they.
Is a cat though? It's a feline of some sort.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's. I think it's. Golly, I forgot what it is now. I think it is a sort of feline or a rodent of some sort, but it's pretty fierce. That's what I recall. Because how they have the sable fur, the sable furs, and like lynx.
The first sable I ever knew was a silver sable, and there's Rob and a mercury sable. Those are the only two sables I've ever come across. It's a cougar. Rob knows all about cougars. Yeah. That's where he got his first comics from.
Rob knows all about cougars.
Centers he claims to have picked up when he was a kid. They came from his cougar friends.
Yeah, exactly. It's a species of marten, a small omnivorous mammal. Right, correct. And again, it's pretty fierce. In other words, it can like minks are incredibly fierce. I mean, those things will kill anything that's even like double their size. Those things are ferocious teeth and claws, and they just don't let go. And the sables are in that same kind of area. They're pretty fierce. But anyway, I do like Silver Sable though. I think I like the alliteration there, and I like the way that the
character design wasn't bad either.
No, well, of course you thought that, but
why would you say that, Roger?
Well, I wonder why.
Explain yourself, good sir.
It's a woman. That's all I gotta say.
Tearing this all down. We're tearing it down.
It's a female.
Had enough of this crap.
Hey, Kate Titus, how you doing? Kate Titus from Japan. Arigato. Arigato. Yeah. Konnichiwa. Okay. Konnichiwa. Okay. My Japanese is lacking. So that's pretty much all I got. I mean, we could go on and on, but
we don't need those thinking badges. Yeah, that's it. We can go on and on, but we won't.
We can go on and on, but it's again just the Legionnaires alone, we could man, there's so many just really bad things and villains and heroes in there. We can go through a substitute legionnaires.
Hey,
They're
Area
all silly.
51's got to run too. He's another one waiting for a tracking number from me. Bless these guys' hearts.
Human fly forever. you guys are just too much, man. They just love to razz me.
Konnichiwa. All right, you guys. We're gonna cut it off early tonight. Why not? We can. It's what we can do, so we're gonna do it. I want to thank Roger for being here, as always. My good friend, always here to make sure that I stay on track. And I think we'll be getting DS's return. He's still under contract negotiation. We're trying to work something out, but I think he wants a piece of the super chat, Roger. That's what it is.
Well, he's worth it, man. He's worth it. I give him my percentage. He's worth it.
I was just going to give him a bag of rusty staples that I've collected over the years.
No,
he loves
it. You got to give him the clean staples. You got to give him the clean ones.
He's got clean ones. What he's missing are the rusty ones.
Oh man. Hey Jeff, how you doing, buddy?
Good to see you guys. Well, I'm exhausted from working this console all day. All right, what do you say?
Danger.
Roger, what do you got coming up on your fine channel, or any channel willing to show you as well?
Well, funny you should say that. Tomorrow night I will be on J Hood Creative's channel, and we're going to be talking about Crisis on Infinite Earth 7. He asked me to pick, one of my favorite just comic. So I did, and so we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. I think at 9 Eastern. And again, of course, I got the roundups every Thursday, and this weekend I'm going to have a support video out as well, not as well. As
Roger.
Well.
Oh my.
As.
Oh my, Roger.
Let's enunciate that correctly.
All right. So everybody, remember, Roger didn't say his usual goodbye, but instead he's going to tell you as well, and to enunciate that as well. That's what he wants you all to remember. To make sure you enunciate that.
Misquoted as usual. I mean.
Man. I don't know what I have going on my channel. Probably not a whole lot. I've got some AOKs. I've got some hauls. I've just been kind of bad about getting it up on there. So I have a few things to throw up there. And then I've sent a ton of stuff out into the community this week. So there should be a few unboxings here and there that's got some of my BUB'S stuff in it. We'll see. And so I'm looking forward to all that. And then I'm thinking about doing a little bit of gaming on the channel, or starting a new channel. So,
what kind of gaming?
Just different stuff.
Like modern stuff, or
both retro? Modern and retro.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just don't know if I want to start a new channel for that, or like I already set up a new channel for it and I haven't gone live with it yet. I just can't decide. I don't. Actually, it's laziness. Like I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Do I really want to run a second channel? And one channel is already exhausting. Like I don't. so we'll see.
Yahtzee, Twiddly. I don't know what Twiddle.
Tiddlywinks. Oh, I love
Tiddlywinks. Tiddlywinks.
Yeah, that's where the little coin, you snap it in and it jumps.
Yeah. Okay. I got it now. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, we might.
Gray Man does gaming on his channel.
He does. He says he gets the majority of his views from his gaming videos.
Yeah.
As opposed to the comic stuff. But he does a lot of stuff on his channel. He does some of the metal reviews, and he does the beer guys show.
He does the beer guys. Yep.
His blog.
There's somebody else who does gaming, and who else? Oh, Super Russ. Super Russ does it.
Yeah, Super Russ.
Yeah.
Of course, Genome does everything on his channel, so you
Genome
can't
does everything. Genome.
He's our resident Renaissance fan.
He is. I'm telling you. Now I tell you, every time we're on there with Genome, he's got another idea. Like for us or him. So.
Knock at the door. Look, Jackson Roy Kirk. I love our diehard fans. There's been a knock at the door. This must be one of his favorites.
He must be. Yeah.
And Roger's got to go. There's been a knock. Oh my.
The dog's got to go park.
Yep.
Dog's got a good part.
All right, guys, we'll let you go. Remember, I want you to be blessed and be back and be
absolutely
back. And I want you to read a comic and don't apologize for the glare. And we'll catch you next week on BUB'S Comics. Please come back. In spite of this high level of entertainment this show provided, we promise we can do better. And contact your local DS and tell them we need him back.
Please.
Either that, we're gonna have to pick up a new scab. Are you on scab duty next week? Are you getting us a scab?
Yeah, I'll get somebody. Yeah, I'll get somebody.
All right.
I'll take care of it.
Work. Gray Man wants you to work that ass well. We'll get to it. All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.